Oh, I've been watching. I showed Taylor before the episode. I want and remind me to talk about paramotors because you know they made global news and everything recently.
Oh dear.
We were watching that police video. Taylor and I, it just happened in Georgia. Where the cop pulls over a guy, and the guy starts being resistant. The cop tases him. And the guy eats the taser standing. He's going,
I love that.
And when the taser stops, he turns around and starts kung fu fighting the cop. I'm talking karate chops. I'm talking.
Is he hitting or doing? What is it called when they just do the poses?
Kata.
Kata, yeah.
No, he's hitting him. Yeah,
it's a little bit of both. Some of it's ineffective and not necessary. It's like he's working that that kata stick.
Yes, with the stick.
It's like he's going through his kata and then walking into the cop. So some of it works, and some of the deflections even work.
That's how Bart Simpson fights.
He's fucking the cop up.
I'm going to move my arms like this, and if you get in the way, it's on you.
And the cop cannot believe that we're having fisticuffs out of nowhere. And finally, he gets the cop's like mouth jaw in his hands and starts bending the cop over backwards. The cop's neck is bent as far backwards as it will go, and they're still standing. And he's like got his hands kind of around his jaw, like you grab a child or like an insolent woman. And he's bending him back and he's going, yeah, bitch. And the cop tries to whomp him with that silly baton they have. And he's not having any of that.
Katas it right away.
Katas it away. Ka. It spins into the interstate. By the way, this is happening right next to busy interstate I-85. So then I-85, it's redundant. So the cop grabs his gun, puts it to the guy's ribs and shoots him twice through the lungs. So then the guy falls and like quickly dies in front of us on camera over the next 8 minutes. It's a good watch. But the fun thing was there was a Brinks truck driving down the interstate, slams on the brakes, throws that bitch in reverse, and the Brinks man comes back to he comes out of the car with his gun, like holding the guy down on the ground. It was great. I love Brinks man. I love those police activity videos. I found a new channel that shows you more of the instead of just the shootout, everything before and after. So you get to see them like get thrown in jail. You get to see them in their jail cell upset. It's great. It's great.
I need to switch to Kyle stuff. I'm watching like Audit the Auditor. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
No.
It's a very dull version of it. Like what happens is you have these people who intentionally antagonize police, right? So it usually starts off with like videotaping the police building.
Is it like the sovereign citizen people?
They can be, but usually they're kind of
those people are funny as fuck, dude.
These people have real legal ground to stand on. These guys are taking their actual rights and pressing it as far as they can legally go and saying, do something about it, I'll sue you.
Like I'm standing on the sidewalk and I'm filming in the window of the police department, which it turns out you're allowed to do. But the police really don't like that. So they hate that. So they're like, what's your name? And he's like, I don't want to tell you my name. You know, what are you doing? I don't want to talk about my day. Why are you filming inside of the police department? He's like, I'm outside.
I'm a journalist.
I'm a journalist. Yeah. Who do you work for? I'm an independent journalist.
Independent journalist.
And their goal is to get the police to violate their rights, and then they sue.
Yeah.
And then this guy, Audit the Auditor, well, he's an attorney. These people are usually just like, amateur attorneys.
Yeah.
But Audit the Auditor, the YouTuber, is a genuine attorney, and he'll look up like the section and code. And at the end, he gives people letter grades. Like, I give this cop a D+. I give this, citizen a B-.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot from it. But the thing is, the police typically tell you have fewer rights than you really have. And I never have the confidence to be like, when do you need to produce your ID and when don't you? For example, what if you're the passenger? Can you just tell the police to fuck off? I think you can. But if they were like,
but I don't know. I'd give them I'll tell you this. When I'm in the passenger car, I don't bring my ID. This happened. Like I was in a car that had a car accident and I was the passenger, and I made a point of not bringing my ID because I don't want to be part of your nonsense. The cop was like, do you have ID? I was like, I absolutely do not.
Aren't you supposed to have it though? That's what I was always told. Aren't you supposed to always have your ID?
No.
What are you gonna do? Write me up. Nazi my name's stuff. Joe Stevenson.
I just put a little. I got a Star of David that I just put on, and that way everybody knows I'm a good boy.
That,
No,
no,
you
I
have
thought
to
you
have
meant
your ID.
that's how you show people you're an attorney.
You have to have a driver's license if you're operating a motor vehicle, but they can't ask you for that bitch unless they have conducted a traffic stop or if they suspect you of committing a crime. And if you know that they have no reason to suspect you of committing a crime, then they're in a lot of trouble. I saw a cop chasing a guy around a park, like shooting at him with a taser, being like, telling him he was obstructing. And another cop is like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? He was obstructing and fleeing. Fleeing from what? Resisting arrest for what? Fleeing from what? Obstructing what?
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Or another one, cop is pulling over someone, boom, right? Auditor, or that's what they call themselves, auditors, starts filming the police interaction with the person who's getting a ticket for something. Cops hate that. They absolutely hate being filmed. So they'll tell them like, well, you're impeding my investigation. They're across the street on the sidewalk 60 feet away, and they need them to be like 250 feet away for like rolling through a stop sign. It's bullshit. And I never have really the confidence to be like, no, 70 feet away is reasonable. You can suck my dick. I'm not going any farther.
How much
Some
money
of them
are
are that
these people
antagonistic. Some will be like, fuck you, pig. Fuck you, pig. Do something about it, fatty. They didn't have a 5XL uniform, you piece of shit. What kind of high school bully can't hack it in the military piece of shit are you?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it could be a little dry, but
what's the most amount of money you've seen, or if they do follow? $250,000,
$80,000-$90,000 just for like putting your hands on me and making me move.
What was the $250,000 for? Did he like get tased or beat up or just?
I think they like aggressively cuffed him and made him spend a night in jail or something like that.
It's a pretty good trade-off.
Damn.
No, yeah.
All I need is work,
boys.
I do that 4 times a year.
Oh, yeah. And then you'll get greedy. Then you'll be like, Jackie, going into work, because you have like your bullhorn and your clackers just to bother people.
I just get annoying as fuck maracas.
Yeah. Like, he's a menace, but he's too wealthy to stop at this point.
Has he not learned to play the triangle yet? We all hate him.
On the Police Watch YouTube channel, I think it's Police Watch, you get some really satisfying ones. They'll spend 15 minutes building up how much of a piece of shit this guy is and how many chances he's been given. And you know it's coming because if you fast forward a little, you can see this big peak in viewership, like 20 minutes in. You're like, I'll sit and wait. Show me how much of a piece of shit he is. And this bitch won't. Perfect one. This black lady from New Jersey, of course, in Florida, trying to fly back home, but she's drunk as a skunk. They won't let her on the airplane. Southwestern is like, no, you cannot board this flight. As a matter of fact, you've been so obnoxious, you can't have any Southwestern flights. You'll have to go back through security, book a new ticket with a different airline, and that's it. We've refunded your money. We'd all turn around and get the fuck out of there. Try to do it quickly so we can get our flight ASAP. Yeah. Not her. She's sitting there, obnoxious, drunk as fuck. She's sitting on one of those pieces of luggage that's motorized, and you can ride around. that are really comical.
No, she's winning me back.
I want one of those for the house.
They're amazingly quick and like agile, seemingly. I watched her do it, and the cop is being so understanding. He's an electric bicycle cop in the airport. He's zipping around, and he's being so cool. This and that. They've done this. He gets on the phone with her sister. Here, he explains properly what's going on. Just get her to go through security, and it's all over. That's all we need. Finally, we get her in the plane train. She's being shitty. She's drinking water, but seemingly getting drunker and more shitty. He's just like, just walk that way. You can see where she has to go. Like, home free is right there through those gates. Just walk there. Just drinking, talking shit. Random black fellow walks by, gets involved. Cop lets that happen. Yeah. Try to convince her. If we go through there, we're home free. He can't do it. She spits at the cop, and that's it. You've spat on me. Then she spits in his face. They hate it. By the time it's over, she's fucking handcuffed, mushed against a wall, getting hog-tied, and like I love when they do it. They do this thing where they hog-tie you. They tie your ankles together, your hands behind your back, and then they tie a rope to your ankles, and they pull you through the car from the other side, and then they loop it over the door, close the door, and use their body weight to pull you all the way against the door so the other guy can slam the door you came in through, and now you're in that bitch, you fucker. I love it. I watch 2 hours of this shit a day. Just people getting. I saw one today, 5 cops on this guy, and the female cop gets her thumb in the bad guy's mouth somehow, and he goes, ah, and she's biting the shit out of her like a bulldog, and she can't get her thumb out, and everybody's screaming, stop biting her, and one guy's punching him in the side of the head, just pop, 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 and finally her thumb pops out. It's all bloody and shit, and I thought for sure she was going to retreat because I don't think much of female cops. But she stayed there the whole time. Stayed there, all bleeding everywhere. Everybody was bleeding. It was rough. I love my cop videos.
Bleeding.